What do you think of when you hear the phrase "last words"? Often, it's a phrase that lingers long after it's spoken, capturing the essence of a person's life or a pivotal moment. We all know the last words of Jesus on the cross. "Father, into your hands I commit my spirit." But have you ever wondered about other last words in the Bible? Words that hold deep meaning, yet often slip under the radar. Today, we will explore some of those lesser-known final words, but with a twist. We'll link these ancient phrases to modern challenges, showing how they can inspire and motivate us in ways we never expected. Let's start with one of the most intriguing characters in the Old Testament, Joshua. Joshua was Moses' right-hand man, the warrior who led Israel into the Promised Land. After years of battle and struggle, Joshua gathered the tribes of Israel together and gave one final message before his death. He said, "Choose this day whom you will serve. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord." Joshua 24:15. Joshua's last words weren't just a reflection on his life. They were a challenge. He could have looked back on his accomplishments, but instead, he urged the people to decide for themselves. Would they follow the God who led them through the wilderness? Or would they fall into the same traps that plagued their ancestors? Let's bring this into the modern day. How many times have you felt torn between sticking to your values and caving in to pressures around you? Maybe it's at work, where everyone seems to be taking shortcuts and you're tempted to compromise your integrity. Or perhaps it's in your personal life, where distractions are pulling you away from what truly matters. Joshua's final words challenge us to make a clear choice. What will you stand for when it counts? Who or what will you serve? Practical tip: write down your core values and place them somewhere you can see every day. Whether it's in your phone, on your fridge, or your bathroom mirror, let this serve as a daily reminder of what you're choosing to stand for. You can't control everything around you, but you can control your choices. Let's now move to the New Testament and talk about Stephen, the first Christian martyr. His story is powerful, but often overlooked. As he was being stoned to death, his last words were stunning. "Lord, do not hold this sin against them." Acts 7:60. Imagine the courage it took to say that while facing such cruelty. Stephen's final words weren't just about forgiveness. They were a radical act of freedom. He was choosing to release the bitterness and anger he had every right to feel. How often do we hold on to grudges, allowing them to weigh us down long after the hurt has passed? Whether it's a family conflict, a betrayal at work, or a close friend who let you down, holding on to anger might feel justified, but it's a prison of our own making. Let's bring this closer to home. When was the last time someone hurt you and you couldn't let go? We've all been there. Stephen shows us that forgiveness is less about the other person and more about setting yourself free. His final words remind us that forgiveness is a gift you give yourself because you deserve peace. Practical tip: the next time you feel resentment creeping in, ask yourself this: is holding on to this anger helping me, or is it holding me back? Take a small step today by writing a letter. You don't even have to send it, or talking to someone you trust about your feelings. Release the weight, one step at a time. Next, let's look at Jacob, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. As he lay dying, he called his sons to his bedside and spoke prophetic blessings over each one. His last words weren't just words of farewell, they were predictions about the future of his family and the generations that would follow. Genesis 49. Some of his words were comforting, while others were hard to hear. But they were all about legacy. Now think about your own life. What kind of legacy are you leaving behind? Not just in terms of money or possessions, but in how you live and the impact you have on others. Jacob's final words remind us that what we do today shapes the future, not just for ourselves, but for those who come after us. Modern-day translation: every choice you make, how you treat your co-workers, how you raise your children, how you spend your time, is a seed planted for the future. So, what kind of seeds are you planting? Practical tip: take 10 minutes today to reflect on what legacy you're building. Is there a relationship you need to nurture, a project you need to start, or a habit you need to break? Whatever it is, start small. Remember, legacies aren't built in a day, but they are built by daily choices. One of the most profound moments in the Bible happens during Jesus' crucifixion. While hanging on the cross, one of the thieves beside him asked for mercy. "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." Luke 23:42. In his final moments, this man, who had lived a life of crime, found redemption. Jesus responded with a promise. "Truly, I tell you, today you will be with me in paradise." This story is often overlooked, but it carries a powerful message. It's never too late to turn things around. Whether you're feeling like you've made too many mistakes or you've missed too many opportunities, this thief's last request shows us that transformation can happen in an instant. Redemption isn't just for the perfect, it's for everyone. How many of us feel like it's too late to chase a dream, repair a relationship, or make a fresh start? The thief on the cross shows us that change is possible, no matter where you are or what you've done. Practical tip: if there's something you've been putting off because you think it's too late, take one small step today. Call that person you've been avoiding. Apply for that job you think you're underqualified for. Start that side hustle you've been dreaming about. It's never too late to make a change. These last words, from Joshua's challenge to Stephen's forgiveness to Jacob's blessing and the thief's redemption, aren't just relics of the past. They are powerful reminders of what it means to live with purpose, courage, and hope. As you go about your day, ask yourself, what are the last words I'm living by? What legacy am I building? If this video resonated with you, share your story in the comments below. What's one thing you're choosing today? And remember to subscribe, share this video with someone who needs it, and leave a comment. We'd love to hear your thoughts. You have the power to shape your life story, starting now.